Our first 4 days on the Munda Biddi were both beautiful and absolutely brutal. Due to some freak weather, our plans had changed and we had no idea what to expect for the rest of the ride. We still had over 500 kilometers left to go and only 4 days to do it. We were seriously worried that our bikes and our bodies wouldn't make it to the end. This is the Munda Biddi Trail. After a tough first 4 days, we set off on day 5 with the goal to reach the town of Pemberton. The Pemberton region is known for its ancient and beautiful karri forests. We had been looking forward to riding through the forests since day 1, and with the weather mostly clear, we were hopeful for a stunning day on track.
We just found the mother of all trees right next to the trail. Look at that! What? What the heck? This is absolutely stunning. Ah, careful! Stop. Almost took my head off. It's like a freaking bloody impaling stick. This doesn't seem real, that view. Fog in the trees. Absolutely awesome. We've made it to Qvarnstrom, which is our first hut of day 5. Dark and cold this morning, but absolutely beautiful. I reckon we've done 23 Ks today, probably the most beautiful section of track that we've done so far. Those karri forests in the morning light with a bit of dew was sensational. We've got another 22, I think, or 23 to get to Manjimup, which is our first big stopper for the day. We're going to restock in town, have a feed, but this is a pretty good view to have our first breakout. Yeah, I think we're warmed up and feeling pretty good this morning, so it's going to be a hilly day. Get ready, legs.
I have not got anywhere near enough run up. This is ridiculous. Oh.
Good job. Didn't stack it. We made it into Manjimup and we're just sitting on the side of the road like homeless people, chomping away on some Hawaiian tear and share and some Yo Pros. Coffee next, and then on to Pemberton.
Our goal for day 5 was roughly 125 kilometers, and as we were leaving Manjimup, we had only covered 45 so far. We were expecting a lot of hills today, and so far that had certainly proved true. Despite the beauty of the karri forests we were riding through all day, our bodies were certainly fatiguing from all the elevation, and we were keen to make it into Pemberton for the night.
Oh my god, so many hills. So many hills. Holy moly. If you can't see it, I definitely can't. There's a tree in my way. I don't know if this is the best way to go.
As the sun set on our 5th day on trail, my body was absolutely shattered. For me, this was the hardest day on track so far, despite all the horrible weather we had endured on days 2 and 3. Regardless, it was absolutely beautiful. Being able to look up from the bike at almost any point throughout the day and see giant karris and beautiful forests made it all worth it.
G'day.
Small Munda Biddi bride is in there.
That's where we're going.
They're in 22 and 23.
Oh, cool.
Alrighty, we made it into Pemberton. We've just parked our bikes at the accommodation and I'm heading all the way back down the hill to Pemberton town centre to grab some dinner. I must admit, I'm feeling pretty depleted. I would say it was the hardest day on track for me so far, but it was also the most beautiful day on track. Riding through the karri forest between Donnelly River Village and Pemberton. Some of the best trails I've ever been on, especially this morning at sunrise and just coming in at sunset tonight. My hands are super sore, my quads are destroyed. My butt is probably the sorest of them all. I've got some chafing, excited for dinner and a good sleep tonight. And we've only got 3 days left. That's the plan anyway. We're on the home stretch, so keep on keeping on and we're gonna get to Albany.
Oh, it's cold.
I reckon this is the coldest morning. Very nippy. On the trail for day 6. We left Pemberton bright and early this morning in the dark, and now we're out in the Karri forests again, and it's absolutely beautiful as you can see. Sun's rising. Another big day on the cards. Let's see if we can get it done. Day 6 promised more beautiful forests and plenty more kilometres as we headed southeast towards the town of Walpole. Our goal was to reach a Munda Biddi camping hut just north of the town, which was about 130 kilometres away. We expected to ride for another 10 hours, but we're excited to hit the town of Northcliffe early on in the day to grab a bite to eat. After a brief sausage roll break in Northcliffe, we had about a 50-kilometre stretch till our next hut. The ever-changing forests and bushlands in this part of Western Australia were a sight to behold, and despite a few obstacles throughout the 50-kilometre stretch, we made it to our next hut for another break. Trail diversion due to timber harvesting, so we're going down this way instead of through here. Let's go. We made it to what's actually our first hut for the day, even though we're over 90 kilometres in. Yurrakata hut. We're in the middle of bloody wilderness between sort of Northcliffe and Walpole, but there's actually like a big lookout rock here that I heard was really cool. So we're only going to stay here for like 10 minutes, but I'm going to go check that out. It's been pretty monotonous today. Just sort of like gravel track. Few bits of single track here and there, but we're knocking it out, making decent time, and it is beautiful out here despite how tough it is. Lauren's made it in. Okay, this is the rock I was talking about. Luckily not too far from camp. I really should be resting, but when am I going to be out here again? I'm in the middle of nowhere, so I'm going to climb up this thing. Oh man, I'm so cooked. My quads are gone, my butt is wrecked, everything hurts. Made it to the summit. Views are pretty incredible. Definitely worth the climb up. We've been riding through all of this wilderness the last 100 kilometres, and we're going all the way over there today. It's actually really nice through here. There's like birds flying everywhere.
Yeah.
So many birds. Zoom, 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 zoom. Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just filled up with sticks. All good. Hut, baby. Do it, Luz. It's a tough one. 2 days left.
Oh, shit.
We made it in Qvarnstrom campsite. Just over 130 k's today. Lots of 2,000 meters again, I think, out on the trails for about 12 hours, including breaks. Huge day, but it was absolutely stunning a lot of the day. Just riding through forests. I know we're going to be transitioning into the Tingle forests tomorrow, which I'm super excited about, but stoked to be in. We made it in just before sunset. So we have a bit of light to set up camp, get some food cooking, which is nice. I was expecting to get in after dark tonight, so I didn't have to even use the torches, which is nice. We've got 2 days left. 2 days left on the Munda Biddi. Everything's sore, everything's hurting. I've got some butt chafe, I've got sore hands, sore legs, but I'm loving every second. I really am. Tomorrow's another big day. We're gonna get set up here, get dinner cooking, and have a feed, and then get into bed. Phew.
It was so cold last night. Had to be like 1 degree or something. And now it's 5 a.m. and we're getting up for another long day on the track. Oh, it's so hard to get out of the sleeping bag, but I've got to do it.
So many roos.
Yeah.
There's like 5 off to the right this time. That would not be a fun way to start the morning, getting freaking rammed by a roo. Imagine that. Coming for you, big boy. After 25 kilometers of beautiful and absolutely freezing riding on day 7, we made it to the town of Walpole for a restock and a quick break. We just stopped off in Walpole, which is our only town for the day. Restocked for the next 24 hours. We won't be able to restock again until Denmark tomorrow, but we've got another, I don't know, 110 Ks or something stupid today. First hut for the day in about 52 Ks, and then we'll finish at our other sleeping hut for the night in another 50 Ks after that. So a lot more to do today.
Long day.
But glad to have a nice little stop off in Walpole. Day number 7, baby. Our plan for today was to ride further than we had on any of the previous 6 days on track. We worked out that if we could grit our teeth and ride 140 kilometers to a camping hut just north of the town of Denmark, it would make our 8th and final day on track the easiest so far. That was easier said than done though. It was a long way to ride, and it would also be our hilliest day yet. Probably the hilliest section of track we've had so far on the entire end to end. This sort of 50 Ks between our hut this morning and climbing up to the treetop walk.
Can I have some new legs, please?
Our legs are cooked. Lots of walking uphill, lots of vert. But luckily, it is absolutely stunning. This section might actually be my new favourite part of the track. Coming into the Tingle Forest have been sensational. But a bit of a grind as well. How beautiful is this? Tingle Forests, Franklin River. Whew. Stupid tree. Who left this here? Tree! Someone's got it out against us. They're putting more trees in the way. Yeah, I'm okay. My bag's dragging on the wheel. The thing must have fallen down a bit.
Oh, okay.
It's dragging on the wheel, so I've got to, I don't know. It doesn't have to be too loose, does it?
No, just until you can twist it. In it.
After a couple of gear mishaps and way too many hills, we made it to our first hut of the day. We made it to Munda hut, first hut of the day. Got all the snacks out for the final grind to our finishing hut, which is in like 54 Ks away. I think we've done most of the big hills, which is nice, but there'll be plenty of ups and downs as we grind our way to the end of our second last day. Once we get there, we're confident. One last day left.
Yeah.
Just filming this for later reference. Lauren's so hungry she's trying to eat her glove. How do we have reception here? Most random place to have reception.
Oh, sorry.
You should be. Seen plenty of animals, which has been good.
Yeah.
Emus, roos, you saw that boar,
Yeah.
you saw a goat, we've seen cows. It's not that special. No snakes.
Too cold.
It's way too cold, yeah. Wonder if anyone's got bit by a snake riding the trail.
What was that?
Wonder if anyone's got bit by a snake while riding.
Yeah.
Have you so unlucky. Look at that sunset over Mount Lindsay National Park. It's about to get dark and we've still got a couple hours to ride. It's turning into a really long day. At this point in the day, we had been riding for almost 11 hours. We came into our ride on the Munda Biddi expecting a lot of tough moments. There were plenty of those in the last couple hours of day 7, that's for sure. Tough moments do tend to make the good ones even better though. And we knew that once we reached our hut at the end of day 7, there'd pretty much only be good moments left to come. That's the beauty of doing hard things with good people. You've got someone to lean on in the toughest moments and also someone to celebrate with when times are good. We made it in to our last hut of the Munda Biddi. Janang Bagabap ended up being our longest day on the track. And we are cooked, but we're alive and happy to be here.
One more day!
We have one day left on the Munda Biddi. I can't believe it. We're like 120 k's from Albany right now. Pretty insane. Yeah, today was freaking brutal. It got dark like 2 hours ago at this point or something, and the last 6 k's up to the hut were uphill, were in pitch black. It was all single track. It was absolutely brutal. Stoked to be here. We're gonna have dinner, we're starving, get to bed, and we'll be up again tomorrow morning for our last day on track. Unreal. We're starting bright and early on the morning of day 8. I've gotten up at like 5 o'clock. Gonna leave just after 5:30. And it's our last day. Insane. We'll be in Denmark in about 4 hours. Albany in 8 to 10, hopefully. And then we're gonna have to get up in the morning tomorrow, which is nice. Let's roll on our last day. These sunrises every morning will never get old. Wow, incredible. This was it, the 8th and final day of our Munda Biddi adventure. All the brutal hills, spectacular views, horrible weather, and world-class trails had led up to this. We had a relatively cruisy 120 kilometers left for our final day. We were looking forward to hitting the town of Denmark after about 50 kilometers, as we were meeting our partners and friends there before tackling the final stretch to Albany. Before that though, we were to hit the coast for the first time after 900 kilometers of riding. We made it to the ocean. It feels so good. Elephant Rocks, Elephant Cove just down behind me here. We just passed Greens Pool. We're riding along the coast just a little bit longer here today until we hit Denmark. Feels good to be at the coast. Insane. We're so close to Albany. Yeah, there you go. Hey, beautiful. Hey, bro. How you doing?
Going alright?
Not too bad. Last day feels so.
Yeah.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Lauren hated this morning.
Threw my bike into the ocean.
We made it to Denmark
Yay!
with the crew.
Got friends.
We got friends. How long to Albany? Like 70 k's.
Yay.
After a coffee and catch up, and with only 70 easy kilometres left to Albany, not even the horrible weather of the south coast could dampen our spirits. We're on the home stretch, and here comes the rain. Wouldn't be the south coast without crap weather. So let's gonna lap it up and enjoy it despite the wetness. We'll get into Albany wet and happy. Despite the rain and a few missed turns, we were riding faster on this section of the track than we had at any other point during the last 8 days. A mixture of excitement to finish and relatively flat trails made for some easy riding, and we made sure to enjoy every second of our last few hours on track. We're in Ellica. That's 16 k's from Albany. Oh, I can't believe it. We're literally about an hour from finishing the Munda Biddi. That's 1,000 bloody kilometres off-road from Perth. Insanity. We've had some blistering pace the last sort of few hours since Denmark. A lot of flat trail, some road riding. It's been really good. Pretty damn stoked. We just had a toilet break and we're gonna hoon on in. Yo! The last 8 days were some of the most tough and spectacular days of my life. The diverse landscapes, the weather, the forests and the hills made for an experience that I remember forever. And to do it all with my good mate Lauren, who despite all our struggles never gave up, was more than I could have ever hoped for. Oh, like 100 meters away! Get me there! Straight! They're running! Southern terminus, 1,000 kilometres across Western Australia. Unbelievable. We did it. And it's pissing down. Clutch.